You went shorter, expecting to feel free. Instead, you caught your reflection in a shop window and froze. Something about the shape was working against you, not for you. You couldn't say what. You just felt it. Here's the cost. The wrong pixie can add 5 to 7 years to your face in under a second, just from how the cut sits at your hairline. Nobody warns you about that part before you sit in the chair. Today I'm walking through 7 pixie cut mistakes women over 60 make constantly, and exactly what to ask for instead so the cut works with your bone structure, not against it. One of these mistakes is sitting on almost every inspiration photo you've saved. I researched the worst style and beauty mistakes and the best fixes for women over 50, so you get real results, fast. If you haven't already, hit subscribe. I cover this every week. Mistake 1. Cutting it too short everywhere. Picture this. You tell your stylist just take it all off, low maintenance, and they do exactly that, same length all over, no plan. You walk out feeling lighter. 3 days later, in normal daylight, your face looks rounder than it's ever looked, and you can't figure out why. This is the one mistake almost every woman over 60 makes on her first pixie, and it's almost never her fault. It's the request itself. When length is uniform everywhere, same short distance from scalp to ends on the crown, the sides, the back, there's no shape left to do any work for your face. And here's the part that actually matters. Uniform short length flattens the crown, which removes the one thing that was lifting your whole face upward. Without that lift, gravity wins. Your face reads wider, your jaw reads heavier, and the cut that was supposed to make you look sharper ends up doing the opposite. Most women never realize the crown is doing that much work. It's not vanity, it's geometry. Height up top creates a visual line that pulls the eye up and away from anything below it. So why does this keep happening? Because low maintenance gets translated by a lot of stylists as even, when what you actually wanted was simple, not flat. Those are 2 completely different requests, and only one of them ages you. Here's what changes everything: crown height. You want what stylists call a textured lifted crown, built with internal layering so the top section stands slightly away from the scalp, while the sides and back stay close and clean. That's the real shape behind almost every pixie that reads as polished instead of severe. Ask for this exact phrasing in the chair. Point cut layers through the crown for lift, with a graduated nape so the back stays tight. That sentence alone separates a flattering pixie from a flat one. Point cutting softens the ends so they don't sit heavy, and graduation at the nape keeps the neckline clean without letting the whole head go uniform. There's a quieter problem hiding in this same mistake too. Uniform length also means uniform weight. Every strand pulling the same direction, with nothing to interrupt it. That's what creates the helmet effect women complain about without knowing why. You don't want hair that moves as one piece. You want it to move in sections. Let's talk swaps, because this is where it gets concrete. Before, a number 2 guard was translated into scissor work, same length top to bottom, flat from every angle. After, a textured crown with point cut layers 2 to 3 inches deep, graduated nape, and just enough length difference between crown and sides that the eye reads height before it reads anything else. Before, hair that lies down the second you walk out of the salon. After, hair with internal layering that holds its own shape for days, even after washing. The upkeep is simple, honestly. Ask your stylist to keep that crown section slightly longer at every future trim. Even half an inch makes a difference, so you're never starting from flat again. Secretly, this is the fix most women wish someone had handed them on day one, because it costs nothing extra. It's not a different cut. It's a different conversation with the same scissors. Next, we're getting into a mistake that's even sneakier than this one, because it doesn't show up in the mirror at home. It shows up the second you step outside into real daylight. Mistakes 2 and 3. Skipping face framing pieces, and ignoring your forehead shape. Mistake number 2 is the one that happens in real daylight, and it's brutal because you won't catch it under salon lighting. You step outside, the sun hits your face from the side, and suddenly your cheekbones look like they've dropped 2 inches. Nothing about your face changed. The light just exposed what the cut was already doing. This is what happens when a pixie skips face framing pieces entirely. When every section gets cut to the same short length with nothing left longer near the cheek or jaw. Without those framing pieces, There's nothing softening the transition between your hairline and your face. The eye just lands directly on bone structure with zero buffer. And at 60 plus, that buffer is doing real work for you. It's not insecurity, it's optics. The real reason this keeps happening is that a lot of Pixie references online are on women in their 20s and 30s, where bone structure naturally holds more padding. Stylists copy the photo, not the face in front of them. Most women never connect that the reference photo is the actual problem. What you want instead are soft, slightly longer face-framing pieces left just in front of the ear, angled toward the cheek, blended so they don't look like an afterthought. Say this in the chair. Leave longer face-framing pieces angled toward my cheekbones, blended into the rest with disconnected layers. Disconnected layers matter here specifically. They let the framing piece sit independently instead of getting absorbed into the shorter length around it. Before, temples cut flush, nothing longer near the cheek, full bone exposure in any side light. After, a soft angled piece left just in front of each ear, long enough to graze the upper cheek, disconnected from the shorter layers behind it so it moves on its own. Now here's mistake 3, and it's quietly connected to this one, because it's also about what frames your face, just from a different direction. This is ignoring your forehead shape when choosing where the fringe sits, or whether you have one at all. A lot of women over 60 either go fringe-free entirely, assuming bangs are for younger women, or they get handed a blunt, heavy fringe because it photographed well on someone else. Both choices ignore the one variable that actually decides whether a fringe helps or hurts you: your forehead's height and width. A high forehead with no fringe reads as even more exposed forehead in photos. There's nothing breaking up that vertical space. And a heavy, blunt fringe on a narrower forehead does the opposite problem. It boxes the face in and makes the whole head look smaller than your features can support. What changes everything here is curtain fringe, a soft, center-parted fringe that's longer at the outer edges and shorter toward the center, so it frames rather than covers. It works on nearly every forehead shape because it's adjustable in the chair to your exact proportions, not a fixed blunt line. Ask for this. A soft curtain fringe with root-directed airflow styling, parted slightly off-center, blended into the crown layers. Root-directed airflow is the styling instruction that keeps it from going flat and heavy by lunchtime. Before, on this one, a blunt heavy fringe cut straight across, or no fringe at all on a high forehead. After, curtain fringe, longer at the edges, soft through the center, moving with you instead of sitting like a shelf. Maintenance tip for both of these together: ask your stylist to check your face framing pieces and fringe length at every single trim, even if you're not changing the rest of the cut. These two sections grow out fastest and lose their shape first, usually weeks before you'd think to ask. What's coming next is the mistake that's costing you the most volume you don't even know you're losing. And it happens at the back of your head, where you can't even see it. Mistake 4. Neglecting nape graduation. Here's something nobody tells you. The back of your pixie is doing more for your profile than the front ever will. And it's the one section almost nobody asks about. Mistake 4 is neglecting nape graduation. Leaving the back cut in one blunt, heavy line instead of tapering it close and clean into the neck. You won't see this in the mirror at home. You'll see it in photos in profile, where a thick, square block of hair sits at your neckline instead of melting into it. That square block does something specific. It shortens your neck visually and adds bulk exactly where you want lightness. At 60 plus, when skin at the neck has already changed texture and tightness over the years, a heavy nape block draws attention to that area instead of away from it. It's not about hiding anything. It's about not adding weight where you don't need it. This mistake happens constantly because a lot of stylists treat the nape as an afterthought. They finish the crown, finish the sides, then just trim the back straight across to neaten it up. Straight across is the enemy here. What you want is graduation. Hair that gets progressively shorter as it moves down toward the hairline, so there's no single blunt line anywhere. Say this in the chair. Graduate the nape close to the skin with a soft taper, no blunt line at the bottom. That phrase tells your stylist exactly what tool and technique to use. Clipper over comb graduation, not scissor blunt trimming. What surprises most women is how much lighter the whole cut feels once this one section changes. Even though nothing up top moved at all. The nape is maybe 10% of the total hair on your head. It affects probably 40% of how the cut reads from behind, in the car mirror, in every photo someone takes of you without you knowing. Before, a thick, straight-edged block sitting heavy against the neck, visible in every side profile. After, a soft, close taper that gets progressively shorter toward the hairline, with zero hard lines anywhere in the transition. There's a second before and after worth naming here too. Before, hair that looks fine from the front and oddly heavy from every other angle. After, a cut that holds its shape and lightness from every single direction someone might see you, because that's genuinely how often people see the back of your head without you realizing it. Upkeep tip. This is the section that grows out fastest of anywhere on your head, usually within 3 to 4 weeks. If you're stretching trims to 6 or 8 weeks to save money, ask specifically for a quick nape-only touch-up in between full cuts. Most salons will do this for a fraction of the full price, and it's the single highest impact 5 minutes you can spend on this cut. What's coming next might be the mistake doing the most damage of all 7, because it's not about the cut itself. It's about what happens to it the second you try to style it yourself. Mistakes 5 and 6. Styling it flat to the head, and using the wrong product weight. You blow dry it every morning. You follow the same routine you've used for years. And somehow, by 10 a.m., it's lying flat against your scalp like it never had any shape at all. That's not your hair failing you. That's mistake 5. Mistake 5 is styling a pixie flat to the head, drying it straight down with a flat brush, or letting it air dry without any direction, instead of lifting it at the root while it's still damp. A pixie has almost no length to fall back on if you lose the lift early. Longer styles can survive a flat dry because gravity has more hair to work with. A pixie can't hide a flat root. It just looks flat, full stop. The real reason this happens constantly is that most women learned their styling habits on longer hair decades ago. And those habits don't translate. You can't treat 2 inches of hair the way you treated 8. What you want instead is root-directed airflow with a round brush, working against the direction the hair naturally falls, holding for a few seconds of cool air at the very end to set the lift. Say this to your stylist, and have them show you in the chair. Show me how to root dry this with a round brush, lifting against the grain, finishing with cool air to lock it. Watching it done once, on your own head, teaches you more than any tutorial. Before, hair dried straight down, root flat against the scalp within an hour of leaving the house. After, root-directed drying with a round brush, lift held at the crown and through the sides, shape still visible at the end of the day, not just the start of it. Mistake 6 lives right next door to this one. And it's about what you're actually putting on the hair before you dry it. A lot of women over 60 reach for heavier creams or serums out of old habit, assuming more product means more hold. On a pixie, heavy product does the opposite of what you want. It weighs the hair down at the exact moment you're trying to create lift, and it can make fine or thinning hair look stringy by midday instead of textured. What nobody tells you is that the fix isn't more product, it's the right weight of product, applied at the right stage. You want a lightweight volumizing mousse applied to damp roots before drying, not a heavy cream applied to dry hair afterward. Mousse builds structure as the hair dries. Cream just sits on top of structure that's already gone. Say this at the counter or in the chair. I need a lightweight root lifting mousse, not a cream or paste, for fine hair styled short. That one sentence will get you pointed at the correct product family every time. Here's a small, specific moment that stuck with me. I watched a woman in a salon chair last week, gorgeous bone structure, real presence, pull a jar of heavy styling cream out of her bag before her cut was even finished, the same jar she said she'd used for 15 years. Beautiful pixie, about to get weighed straight back down by a product that made sense on a completely different length of hair. She didn't know the product was the problem. She thought her hair just didn't hold curl anymore. Before, heavy cream on dry hair, flat by noon, looking thinner than it actually is. After, lightweight mousse on damp roots before any heat touches it, structure that holds through the whole day. Maintenance tip for both of these: keep a travel size mousse in your bag. A pixie loses its shape fast in humidity or wind, and 30 seconds of relifting at the root, even with damp fingers and a quick blast of a hair dryer if you have access to one, resets the whole look. What's coming in the final part might be the mistake with the biggest emotional cost of all 7. Because it's not about the cut or the styling. It's about timing and getting it wrong by even a few weeks. Mistake 7. Waiting too long between trims. Last one, and honestly, this might be the mistake doing the most quiet damage of all 7, because it doesn't feel like a mistake while it's happening. Mistake 7 is waiting too long between trims, assuming a pixie behaves like longer hair and can stretch 6, 8, even 10 weeks between cuts without consequence. It can't. A pixie is built almost entirely on shape, not length, and shape is exactly what grows out first. Here's the specific timeline that matters. Around the 3-week mark, the crown lift you fought so hard to get starts softening because the layers have grown just enough to lose their angle. By week 5, the face framing pieces and fringe have grown past the point that flattered your face shape, and they start doing the opposite, covering instead of framing. By week 7 or 8, the whole cut has essentially become a different, undefined shape that happens to be sitting on your head, not the cut you asked for. Most women don't connect the dots here. They notice the cut isn't working anymore, and assume the style itself stopped suiting them, when really, it just outgrew its own structure weeks ago. The cut didn't fail. The timing did. What changes everything is treating a pixie on a strict 4 to 5 week schedule, not a flexible one. Say this when you book. I need to be on a consistent 4 to 5 week schedule for this cut to hold its shape. Can we set a standing appointment? Standing appointments matter more than you'd think. They remove the moment of hesitation where you talk yourself into stretching it, just one more week. There's a quieter cost here too. A pixie that's grown unevenly past its structure doesn't just lose shape. It starts aging the way mistake 1 described at the very start of this video. Flat crown, no lift, weight pulling the whole face downward. Skipping trims doesn't just undo one mistake. It can quietly bring half the others back. Before 6 to 8 weeks past the last cut, crown softened flat, face framing pieces grown past the cheekbone and curling inward instead of framing outward. After a fresh 4-week trim, crown lift restored, every framing piece back at its intended length, the cut reading exactly as sharp as the day it was first cut. A small secret here. Ask your stylist for a quick micro trim at the 3-week mark if you can't make it back for a full appointment. Even 10 minutes of cleanup on the crown and nape will buy you another week or 2 before things start slipping. You've now got everything that was working against you across all 7 mistakes, and every single fix that turns this cut back into the one you actually wanted. You just learned the 7 pixie cut mistakes that quietly age women over 60, and exactly what to say in the chair to fix every single one. Your bone structure was always strong enough to carry this cut. Now you actually know how to ask for it. Tell me in the comments, which of these 7 mistakes did you realize you've been living with? Next time, I'm breaking down the bob mistakes, doing the exact same thing to women who think a longer cut means they're safe from all this. Like this video, subscribe to Timeless Wisdom Path, and I'll see you in the next one.